name. This is like how I really talk.
Whatever we do, change is coming. It's coming with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
The change is coming. What change? The change. That change. Your mom's change. Your mom's change. Your mom's chest hair. Oh, whatever we do, change is coming. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I know you guys are excited. I see how excited you guys are today. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. Yep. It is the best world show on the internet. We already did some pretty good stuff before we even spoke today. I was trying to fix my little chat thing because for whatever reason, it was not bringing the chats over to it, but I think I have it fixed now. It looks like it's fixed now. So thank you for joining us. I'm Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me, otherwise known as Manny, otherwise known as Manuel, the bringer of the more interesting stuff in the universe or whatever. And it was also my birthday today. So thank you to all those generous people that just started throwing money up in my face, like Sewer Guy Rob. Thanks, and shout out to you for that generous donation.
Sewer Guy Rob has donated $50 and says, "Happy birthday, Manuel. Much love."
Yeah, much love to you there too, Mr. Sewer Guy Rob, and thanks for your money. I always appreciate that money, and Sewer Guy Rob's been around for a long time. We also had one coming in from
Fusion has donated $10 and says, "Merry Christmas." He
says Merry Christmas, even though it's my birthday, but you know what? I'll still take the Merry Christmas money. Thank you for the $10 donation. You, sir, are a very nice, great person. And then we had one from Scroats McGoats.
Scroties Magots has donated $20 and says, "Happy birthday. Here's enough for a 12-pack and a carton of eggs."
A 12-pack and a carton of eggs? That's literally just enough for a 12-pack and a carton of eggs, probably. I mean, I buy lots of eggs. I eat lots of eggs. But yes, it is the birthday stream. We are here for the birthday. Thanks to the generous donators that decided to throw some money up into our faces. We love that shit. That's the damn well reason that we do this show. It's the Griftcast. It's 100% about making money, 20% about the news, and 80% about me being a half-decent individual. And when we start out the show, we do sign out. So we shouted out Sewer Guy Rob, but shout out to you again, dude. What's up, Bud Satani? How you been, man? What's up to JR Riggs? Hopefully you're doing well today, my friend. How's it going to the Drama Llama? Hopefully you're not bringing too much drama over here there, Llama. How is it going to King V? Hopefully you're doing very well today. How's it going to Trigger Warning? Welcome. Welcome. What's up, Metal Monster PDX? Nice to see you out there in the chats. How you doing, the magic poop? So far, enjoying the birthday. Hello to Haxamare. Hopefully, you're doing well today. How's it going to Snoozin? Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Greetings to Damris. Welcome to the channel. What's going on? How you doing, CV? Thank you so much for that generous donation of a massage. We appreciate that. We're going to be getting that on Saturday or whatever, so I can maybe get out of this sciatica issue that we've been having for the last couple of weeks. How's it going, little Raven? Yeah, good to see me live. Yeah, I feel really good being live. I feel really good being live, for sure. For sure. Nice to see you out there, Liza Jean Williams. What's up to Acrid Fusion? Always a pleasure to have you in the joint. Thanks for the donations. What's up to Modima Rose? Nice to see you out here in the zone, the danger zone. Which zone? The danger zone. Yep. And that looks like everybody that I've seen. That I don't think I skipped anybody that was out there in the chat. Oh, yo. We got Toxic Foxy just popped in. What's up, Toxic Foxy man? Happy birthday. Thank you. Sorry you had to get a lawyer because you got caught with weed, you guy. But yeah, welcome back to the show, guys. What do we have for you today? I don't know what I got for you today. I got some things for you today. Well, I mean, I feel like the show today is going to be something like this. QAnon Shaman. QAnon Shaman at home. Yeah, that's a shout out to Hexamare right there for showing you a little gif out there, but yeah, that's definitely what today feels like. You can either have the real Defango or you can get Defango at home. But either way, you're still getting Defango at home. Either way. So what's happening in the world today? There is some stuff happening that you should be aware of. So that's why we do this news show. I pull up the awareness of things on the internet that you may not know about and probably already do know about. And then we talk about it. Yeah. But I wanted to talk today about this one because I don't know how I missed this, but apparently, did you guys know that Africa is splitting into two? Did you know this? I didn't know this. I mean, I'm 37 years old and I didn't know this. It kind of seems a little bit weird, but I'm going to pull it up anyway. And yeah, it was reported that the African continent is splitting apart and a new ocean will be born. And this is what it means for us. And I'm just kind of like, Africa? Africa is splitting apart? What do they have, like a civil war? What do you mean by splitting apart? You say the African continent splitting apart. So does that mean that the continent is like breaking off? Like everybody said California was going to break off the United States and we were going to have oceanfront property in Arizona? Is that what you're fucking talking about? Is that what you're talking about? What the what? Huh? How have I not heard of this? I mean, but it's real, dude. It says the Africa is breaking up or rifting into two parts and a new ocean is being born. Scientists have said, as per research published in a peer-reviewed journal of geophysical research letters, two major sections of the continent are peeling apart, which could eventually form a new ocean. Let's understand the reason for the split and how long it will take Africa to break up. The fuck? Africa's like the biggest continent out there. But yes, according to a new study, the slow separation of the continent is linked to a 35-mile-long crack that formed in Ethiopia's desert after an earthquake in 2005 and will eventually become a new sea. What? Yeah. Africa's pretty big. 35 miles is a pretty long rip. Pretty long crack. I mean, you're telling me that the shit is cracking or whatever? This can't be real. What are those African children gonna do? They already don't have anything to eat, and now you're trying to break their continent apart and make life harder for them? God damn. Earth, you're an asshole. That's what I gotta say. Fucking asshole. We better crank up this global warming shit. Gotta heat up this bitch a little bit. It'd be fucking up the African continent. But yeah, I actually did look that up, and it says 6 countries will have a coastline if Africa splits. Africa is splitting into 2 continents, and the vast ocean may be opening up. Yep. That's what they're saying right there. They're saying that an entire plane of Africa is going to rip off and float into a different space or something. And there's going to be a gigantic ocean. Here's the crack. Yeah, the Earth is fucking racist, dude. Oh, what's up? What's up, USCDN? How's it going, Russell Dufresne? What up? What up? What up? They're trying to fill that shit in, dog. Look at that shit. What is this? What is this fucking music that is playing? What is this using? Dude, do you guys think that this was really from the earthquakes? Is this HARP? Is this Jewish space lasers? What did this? Or is this just the continent shifting? I mean, that looks pretty hardcore, dog. 50 feet deep and more than 20 meters wide. In some areas. This shit's real, dog. What the fuck, man? Africa, what are you gonna do, dude? What are you gonna do? What is Africa gonna do if this shit splits off? Like, I saw a crazy video about this, but now I'm not even seeing it on this, like, entire situation. Africa is splitting and forming a new ocean. This is the one.
Is undergoing massive geological change. Before we get into the details of it, let me tell you a few things about the African continent. Africa is the second largest continent on Earth, covering an area of about 30.2 million square kilometers.
Yeah, them Asians got the most land, followed by the Africans. Then, it doesn't matter.
There are 54 recognized countries in Africa, making it the only continent with so many countries.
Nice.
The Sahara Desert, located in northern Africa, is the largest hot desert in the world. Covering
that didn't used to be a desert, though. That's from when the sun That's from when the sun fucking came too close or whatever, because that asshole was in the chariot or whatever, and he thought he could control the horses, the fire horses or whatever, but he couldn't. So like the sun dipped down a little bit too close, and it basically just burned Saudi Arabia, Oman, Iran, and all this shit, and it's one just giant line across the world. That was a long fucking time ago. You guys weren't here probably. Most of you guys weren't even fucking alive back then.
An area of about 3.6 million square miles.
It was fucked up.
The Nile River, which flows through Egypt and several other African countries, is the longest river in the world with a length of about 6,650 kilometers.
Nice.
Africa is home to the largest land mammal, the African elephant, and the fastest land mammal, the cheetah. Mount Kilimanjaro, located in Tanzania, is the highest mountain in Africa and the highest freestanding mountain in the world with a height of 5,895 meters.
That's a pretty big mountain.
The Great Rift Valley, located in Eastern Africa, which runs through several African countries, is the largest geological formation on Earth and is home to many unique plant and animal species.
Oh yeah, that right there, that's actually my bad or whatever. I was having a pretty big fight and I got knocked really hard, and then basically like I hit the ground, and then I just was like dragging through the ground really like for a while. It was like some One Punch Man shit or something like that. Like Dragon Ball Z, watch Dragon Ball Z, it's like that.
Species.
I was a blue guy. They were really pissed. Somebody was really pissed off at me or something like that.
Africa has a rich cultural heritage with over 3,000 distinct ethnic groups and more than 2,000 languages spoken. The continent has a rapidly growing
Pollo Loco. Oh man, I fucking love El Pollo Loco. Somebody want to send me $15 so I could get some El Pollo Loco? That'd be great for my birthday. Some half chicken, nice and gross. Pollo. What's up, Chemistry Base? Welcome to the show there, person.
Growing population with over 1.2 billion people living in Africa, making it the second most populous continent after Asia.
Fuck.
Africa is also blessed with many natural...
So that means that if fucking China starts invading everybody, we need to team up with motherfucking Africa to take these motherfuckers out. Got it.
Resources including oil, gas,
Viva
diamonds,
Africa.
and gold. Now let's try to look at the place where Africa is splitting.
Dude, did they say Viva Africa? Or is it like Forever Wakanda? Can we just call Africa Wakanda now? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to do that now.
Africa is splitting near the eastern side,
Wakanda.
From the Red Sea in the north to Zimbabwe in the south, with a total length of around 6,000 kilometers.
Okay.
If you look at this region, this is called the Eastern African Rift.
Okay.
The reason this term has been used is because at this place you will find an active continental rift.
See, okay, right here. So like I was fighting with this dude from Iran, and we were like in Saudi Arabia, and he punched me, and then I landed somewhere around where Yemen is, and then he dragged me in my face like through this area right here, and then I punched him off, and then he caught me again right here, drugged me a couple more times, and then we kept fighting or whatever, and then I drug his ass back this way or whatever. So they call it the Rift Valley, but it should be called that one time that Defango had some battle with the gigantic alien super beast
zone. Even through this,
but it is what it is. And holy shit, we just got ourselves another super chat from Modima Rose, and she didn't even put a message.
Rose has donated $19.99.
Damn, Modima Rose, thank you for that $19.19. We appreciate you and donating some money to the channel for my birthday. Thank you. We appreciate you. And yes, happy birthday, she says right there. Happy birthday. We'll show you your other message because it says happy birthday. I'm not I'm not like the other guy. I want to use that.
This map, you can see that there are a lot of water bodies in this region. These are all lakes.
What's up, Eddie
If
Martinez?
you have watched my video on geography terms, in that I have explained how lakes are formed.
Okay.
Natural lake basins are formed when there is a depression in the land that gets filled with water. This land depression can happen due to many reasons, like the flowing of a river, the moving of glaciers, volcanic eruptions. Then there is an artificial lake where humans dig up land or create dams. And then there is another way, that is through tectonic activity.
Okay.
Whenever there is any movement in the Earth's crust, then naturally you will see earthquakes and landslides, which causes soil displacement.
What up,
and that
Aaron?
in a way creates land depression where water accumulates. So tectonic activity is also a major reason behind the formation of natural lakes. Now if you look at the tectonic plates of Earth, here if you look at the African plate, you will see a minor plate on the eastern side of Africa known as the Somali plate. The western edge of the Somali plate perfectly passes through the region where you will find all these lakes. It is believed that the formation of the Somali plate began in the late Jurassic period, around 160 million years ago, when the supercontinent of Gondwana began to break up. As Gondwana broke apart, a series of rift valley developed in the region that would eventually become Eastern Africa. Over time, these rift valleys widened and deepened, and new oceanic crust began to form.
Look at North America. It looks all stupid. It looks like it's melted like ice cream.
So it is the Somali plate that is moving away from the bigger African plate. In geology, this is called continental rifting.
In geology, this is called continental rifting. Okay, so when is this guy gonna get to the thing about what I actually want to hear? What is this guy actually gonna get to the thing that we actually want to hear? Yeah, dude. Been a dab for 4 decades. Let's see, who's this person here? Damaris, nice to see you. People like you out there, apparently.
This process occurs when the tectonic plates beneath the Earth's surface move apart.
Okay.
It is also called a divergent boundary when two tectonic plates move away from each other. Now this geological process is very slow and it occurs over millions of years.
Okay.
That means these changes are not noticeable in human time scales.
This guy's really smart.
But eventually when tectonic plates move away from each other, the Earth's crust starts to get thin. On the surface level, you will get to see a long rift valley, basically a land depression, that extends for thousands of kilometers.
Holy
As
shit.
a result, this land depression accumulates water and turns into a lake. And in the end, when two continental crust fully breaks apart, that will eventually give rise to a new ocean basin. This is exactly what is happening in the eastern part of the African continent. Now graphically, if I have to show you, what will happen is eventually this Somali plate is going to break away from the main African plate.
What the fuck?
In between, the ocean water is going to fill up and this will turn into a sea.
Well,
One more
what's
thing
gonna
that I
happen
want to
to
tell you is that
Madagascar?
any tectonic plate boundary, whether it is a divergent plate boundary or a convergent plate boundary, you will find active volcanoes. And if you look at the eastern side of the African continent, you will find many active as well as dormant volcanoes. So this is the whole story behind the splitting of the African continent and the possibility of forming a new ocean. I hope you found this video informative.
Whoa. Damn. Amit Singh Gupta, you fucking smart as shit, dog. Holy shit. So did you guys catch that? Did you guys get all that? Were you listening? I was listening, sorta. He says that the plate is going to move off like that, you see? But I don't think Madagascar is just gonna sit there. They're gonna create a new ocean, new ocean over time, huh? Yeah, I guess that would make it easier to get around Africa, but then Africa would look pretty stupid or whatever. Now Africa kind of looks like a penis. You know what I'm saying? Like there's the shaft right there. And then you got one ball and then another bigger ball. So it definitely is gonna, Africa looks like a giant penis, which may or may not be funny. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, Africa's falling into the ocean or whatever. The continent is splitting too. And I think it's going to be a problem maybe, right? Because they already have like a big split going on, but the whole fucker thing is going to split the fuck off. I mean, who's going to control that shit? I mean, it's mostly going to be Kenya, Tanzania, Nairobi, those types of places. But look at this crack, dog. Look at this ass crack. This is Kenya's Rift Valley. They call it Rift Valley because it's been rifting away from the continent for many, many, many thousands of years. And now a new crack is stretching across the area, showing us exactly how bad this is. You know, has anybody talked about what kind of geology or ecological disasters would come out of this if it broke off? You know, like all that water restructuring itself into a place that didn't exist before. Is that going to lower the sea levels in places, or is that going to raise the sea levels in places? Plus, if it does break off, is there going to be, I don't know, a lot of waves and water associated with that, and then all the volcanoes or whatever, if there's like a lot of volcanic activity all at once, and then that thing gets busted off, what kind of shit are we gonna have? I don't know. But hey, we just got a new member. Thank you very much to Metal Monster PDX for becoming a member of the Griftcast IRL. We love our monthly supporters. Those are the ones that really, really, truly let us go and let us know that they're super helping us out. So thank you very much to Metal Monster PDX for your generous monthly subscription. We appreciate you and hope you have a wonderful day. I'm already having a pretty good day. I'm having a good day. We finally made some money today. Yeah! Wait, that's not what I wanted to search for. I wanted to search for Kenya's Rift Valley. All right, let's try that. Let's see, Kenya's Rift Valley. We got any other videos besides that one for BBC? Whoa. Look at all those fucking flamingos! Look at all those fucking flamingos! Fucking A, bro. You gotta be shitting me, bro. Look at all them fucking flamingos, dude. Oh, I just want them in front of my house just hanging out and shit. That would be cool, man. Holy shit. Dude, so I guess I'm worried about Africa. You should be worried about Africa too. Pray for Africa. There's going to be a lot of destruction and shit that's going to happen over that. Yep. Ecological disasters happening all over the place. Ooh, wait. I just think I found another thing that might tell us something. But here, check this out.
So the little rock that we're seeing here is this one here. This is the little rock, and the lump here is this one. It's up to here. So this whole amount of lake has come up tremendously, maybe 30, 40 feet.
Lake Baringo in Kenya's Great Rift Valley. Oh yes, the flight of flamingos. But the alarming sea levels have risen. If they contaminated each other, it would be a disaster.
And it will be an ecological disaster. Once that water reaches Lake Baringo, it will affect the fish, it will affect the bird life, it will affect the aquatic life. And that is serious.
So it's already happening. So that means that it could happen a little sooner than anybody could have hoped for. Climate change, anyone? Thousands of acres of farmland have already been lost to the rising sea levels, and it's only going to get worse.
All around me was once dry land on which a community once thrived. This was a fisheries department, and just beyond there was a health center. This was a private community. They were.
Oh shit, we just got ourselves a super chat! But hey, did it pop up over in the chat thing? Let me go check and see what's wrong with over there. Did we get banned or something? Oh damn, thanks Mo Diggity. Oh wait, maybe I just need to scroll down. Oh.
Modiggy.1 has donated $5 and says happy birthday bro, and many more.
Thanks, Bo Diggity, for the $5 to the birthday well wishes. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your badass music. Keep making more of it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
There were homes, there were farms, there were schools, and there were hospitals. Much of that has now been drowned in water.
Tangu hii maji imekuwa flooded hivi, imeathiri kazi yetu kwa sababu watu wengi hawezi fika hapa. Wanaogopa kupita ndani ya maji kwa sababu wanaweza kutana na crocodile.
Yeah, fucking crocodiles, bro. You worried about crocodiles on your daily commute? No, these motherfuckers are.
Away from
this is bad.
Their flooded farms and so on. They have to go to somewhere. And they're now starting to encroach on other people's land. So you've got an additional pressure for grazing and an additional pressure for building. And the end result of that, unfortunately, is going to be conflict.
Conflict. Ah, yes, the conflict. The conflict. So, yeah, I figured I would take a little bit of time to talk to you guys about the dangers of Africa falling into the ocean and splitting in two. That just seems to be kind of a bad situation, doesn't it? This seems a little bit terrible. Seems a little bad, right? Now, let's all get into what everybody wants to talk about. Did Donald Trump get arrested today? No. The answer is no. He didn't get arrested today. Fucking Trump lied. He lied to us. He lied to me. You. All of you. He lied to me. They lied to you. They lied to everybody. He was supposed to be arrested today. I was waiting for that shit. Been waiting for it all freaking day. Nothing happened. All we got is those dangerous, diabolical MAGA protesters out there just protesting. Those bastards are protesting. They're protesters. Wait, is the video? I was just saying. Yeah, no one is above the. Wait a minute. These are anti-Trump. These are anti-Trump protesters. Oh, fuck. Awkward. Demonstrators who want Donald Trump to be indicted for the outnumbered MAGA supporters Thursday morning or Tuesday morning outside.
China.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot more people protesting that Trump should be arrested than actually are protesting that Trump should get arrested, which I thought was pretty weird. Most protesters are over at Mar-a-Lago protesting, apparently, because it's nicer over there, I guess. Maybe because they want to be closer to Donald Trump. Yeah, see, all the MAGA supporters, the real ones, they're not wearing masks. They got big ass flags and shit, and they're in Florida. They're just chilling in Florida. Yeah, those are all anti-Trump protesters, and they're angry at Donald Trump because he's a bad man or whatever. But Politico's the one that's reporting on all of this. So is this going to become the new normal? Is this going to be the huge problem that we're all going to have to be dealing with? Because, I mean, so far, this is about all we got. The old QAnon shaman was so much better than the new one currently circling the Manhattan criminal court. Wonder if they'll throw this guy in prison too. Is this the new QAnon shaman? Yeah, this dude definitely doesn't seem to have the same thing. He's riding like a fucking weird bicycle. Yeah, is that QAnon shaman light? He doesn't look very good. I mean, and then what's going on with those weird ass antlers he's got on his head? Like the other dude had some fucking dope ass like ram horns and shit that were all pointy and stuff. Those are just some like elk horns and shit or whatever. And like, really, dude? Really, bro? You saw what they did the last time that this shit went down, and you thought that that was the fucking move? Now here's some audio from Chris Rock saying, are they really going to arrest Trump?
Let's start talk about Adam, the CNN people. You guys really gonna arrest Trump?
You guys really gonna arrest Trump?
Make him more popular? It's like arresting Tupac. He's just gonna sell more records. Are you stupid?
Yeah, it's definitely going to make Trump sell more records, I think. But so far, now everybody is pushing it forward and saying that it's going to happen tomorrow now. Trump's going to get arrested tomorrow. Why is this all of a sudden starting to feel like QAnon for some reason? Oh, no. It wasn't today. That was a send-off. It's not today. It's going to be tomorrow now. It's going to be tomorrow Trump's going to get arrested. That's what they're saying. That's what I've been hearing from people. That was going to be happening, that Senor Trump was going to be arrested because he is an evil man. Evil man. Yet, we keep seeing videos like this. Look at all these. There's two people standing there. And like nothing but the fucking media and two people.
Kind of like the Bob Dylan thing.
Yeah, dude, Trump is over. Trump leads a mob of thugs. So wait, they're just gonna blame Trump for everything that they were doing again? And then trending liberals put out breaking bomb threat called in on the courthouse right before the Trump hearing today. A bomb threat caused chaos at the New York courthouse on Tuesday as officials held a hearing for Attorney General Letitia James' lawsuit against Donald Trump. Bloomberg indicated that the threat came moments before the judge was to start the hearing. The courthouse was closed for the search while the NYPD prepared for potential threats from Trump, who is closer to being indicted in a separate case in New York. Make no statement about it. Trump is still a threat to democracy. Yep. Trust me, we look at both sides and we see exactly what all of them are saying, and we try to figure out, who's being a shitball and who's being real. But, I guess we should start looking at, well, if they're going to be believing guys like Michael Cohen, well, guess what? Michael Cohen just pleaded guilty to lying to Congress. Did you hear about that? Oh, but then, no, wait a minute. That was the guy that they were looking at right there, right? No, this was from 2018. See? Remember, back in 2018, Michael Cohen got plead guilty to lying to Congress. But this time, and all during this time, I'm not lying to Congress anymore. It's not happening anymore. But yeah, maybe not. Maybe there's going to be something bigger that comes from all of this. I would hope, right? I would hope. The BBC, not even the United States of America, says fingerprints in a mugshot is what happens if Trump is arrested. Oh, really? Metal Monster PDX.
Metal Mr. has donated $5 and says, what are his Secret Service guys gonna do when they try to arrest him? They pledge to protect the president at any cost.
That's true. They do pledge to protect the president at any cost, but what are they going to do other than nothing? They don't really have any ability to do anything right now, do they? They're just basically going to have to let it happen, aren't they? Like, that's the only thing that they could do that would be real, right? Watch if Trump was arrested in 70 seconds.
Has descended on Lower Manhattan. They've been camped out here ever since news broke that Donald Trump might be arrested this week. The focus right now is on this building, the office of the Manhattan District Attorney. Now, just a few steps away from here is where Trump's aides and Michael Cohen, his former lawyer and current antagonist, have been testifying to a grand jury.
Michael Cohen, the proven liar.
Charges former President Trump. His lawyers would likely negotiate a time for Trump to turn.
They said that the Secret Service would stay with him in jail if he got arrested? What the fuck? Really?
Have his mugshot taken and be read his Miranda rights, just like anyone else under arrest. But
really?
A typical person, he will be escorted throughout the whole process by his Secret Service detail.
Oh.
A trial would ultimately take place at the Manhattan Criminal Court, opening up what could be
so he still gets the Secret Service, so that's cool.
That could last well into, if not past, the 2020.
I guess that answers your question.
Campaign. The NYPD are already working on security plans in case of protests after Donald Trump urged his supporters to turn out.
Wow, she did a really great job with that. If he gets accused of paying hush money to a film star with his lawyer, Michael Cohen, it's not illegal, but we're trying to make it illegal. So yeah, they're really trying to gaslight us into thinking that this thing's going to happen. I mean, even the New York Times bitches how an indictment and arrest of Donald Trump could unfold. Like, they're literally in lopstick right now saying that, dude, we're going to arrest this motherfucker. Y'all ain't arrested Donald Trump on my birthday. I mean, my birthday is going to be good. I mean, y'all can do that shit tomorrow or whatever, but I don't believe any of you at this particular point. Graham warns Trump West would blow up our country. Oh, really? Would it? That would be interesting to see if that actually happened. See if they actually have video of that shit. Nope. Of course not. Lindsey Graham, ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, is warning Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg arresting former Trump would blow up our country. It's going to blow up our country, and this is a bunch of BS, he said in a Fox and Friends interview. You've had a prosecutor before, Bragg. Cyrus Vance Jr. look at the case and pass on it. You had the U.S. attorney in New York say, I'm not going to do it federally, Graham said, describing his lack of interest among the prosecutors in charging Trump over $130,000 payments to his one-time fixer Michael Cohen made to that adult star. Yeah. And, I mean, Clinton did the same thing for like $850,000. So, like, who's really the bad guy here? I don't know. It just kind of seems really weird that this is how they're playing on this whole thing. And, I mean, look at this. People are already making deep fake videos of Trump's arrest. He hasn't been arrested, but you can surprisingly see realistic hoax images of the FBI raiding Mar-a-Lago. Look at that. Those are the images that they say would be if Trump actually got arrested. What it would look like. Damn. People are doing some crazy shit with AI nowadays, guys. People be doing some crazy shit with that AI shit nowadays, guy. Holy shit. Large media presence outside the Manhattan Criminal Court.
Bunch of hypocrites. Legacy media, fake news, Soros, Democrats, liberals,
America first. You hear a lot of people complaining, you don't get nobody leaving.
Yeah, they definitely use Midjourney to make those pics. Unbelievable. Federal judge hands over Trump's lawyer notes to the DOJ. Yeah. Top federal prosecutors and everything. I mean, I don't know where we're really going to be going with this one, folks, but it definitely seems kind of suspect that they haven't arrested him yet, even though that's what the entirety of the news media and everybody else associated with this is actually saying. And I mean, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, guys. Like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, you figured that they would have been able to do something better with this, but at the end of the day, it just seems to be another one of those weird shows that I don't think anybody realized was going to be a thing. Nope. And it goes back to like these Soros-owned DAs. We can obviously tell that this is a gigantic production. And so far, the media has fallen into lockstep with the narrative. So we're going to have to just sit back and watch what happens. Maybe he's going to get arrested tomorrow. Maybe he gets arrested today. I don't really know when he's going to get arrested. Nobody really knows, but I think it's pretty solid to say with all the media hanging out outside, everybody's just anticipating it because we kind of already know it's going to go down. And will it be today? Probably not. Is it going to be tomorrow? Maybe, but everybody's focused on it being this week. And I mean, they're really just trying to gaslight a whole bunch of people right now into basically acting out ahead of anything. And I think that what all of the patriots out there, all the MAGA supporters, all the Trump supporters, most of them already understand the last time that went really terribly. So I think most people are going to be hanging back and waiting to see what happens before they make their final clarion call. And it just doesn't make sense. Like, what's he going to do? Bond out of the case and then try to win? Because that's basically all he can try to do. That is all he can try to do. It is. It's just it. There's nothing else that he can try to do other than take it like he should. So, you know, if he's going to get arrested, if they're going to arrest him, let him. That's what I say. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He will be all right. Now, into some other more interesting news. Dutch farmers have rebelled and actually won enough seats in the Senate to block the technocrats that are trying to destroy their way of life and way of living. Yep, that's right. In the anti-Great Reset, pro-farmer, Bo-Burger Bruging, the BBB movement appears to have won even more seats in the Dutch Senate than expected, with the globalist coalition government losing heavily. That's right. The farmer citizen movement was founded to represent the interests of Dutch farmers facing severe penalties or being closed down altogether as a result of Prime Minister Mark Rutte's efforts to implement the European Union mandated curbs on the use of nitrogen fertilizers in order to serve the bloc's climate change green agenda. Initially the protest movement, the BBB is involved in many other major demonstrations, often involving tractors in the Netherlands, but it arrived as a political force in the country's recent regional government elections for the first time, which also determined the makeup of the first chamber of the States General, the upper house of the Senate, or the Senate of the Dutch legislature. As a result of the election, it becomes clear now it appears that the scale of the farmers' citizen movement success is greater than polls initially suggested, with being due to claim 17 seats in the Senate and become by far the largest party there, according to pro-farmer campaigner Eva Vleerdenbroek. The precocious fourth-party coalition government was supposedly center-right Prime Minister Mark Rutte, meanwhile appears to have suffered somewhat worse losses than expected. Oh yeah, they definitely suffered way worse losses than they expected they were going to get. So don't think that you guys... We can't fight against this and we can't fight against the government. We just have to stop being lazy and sitting down. People just need to come together. But the problem is you can't be listening to the dipshits that are screaming at the top of their lungs and saying, MAGA forever, America. Because those idiot motherfuckers aren't doing anything for the cause. Like, you don't do anything for a cause by going outside with your fucking MAGA flag and your Trump hat and screaming at people in the streets and protesting. That's not how you fix fucking anything. The way you fix things is you go to your Republican meetings, you go to your Democratic meetings, and you change that shit from the inside out. That's the only way that you could change anything. And then you get elected, and then you start blocking all of these people and their policies because they never thought that we would actually come together and fucking actually change the government. That's what you're probably doing it. And I'm like, a lot of people out there are pissed off at Trump, including myself, because he came out and he was like, dude, go fucking protest. You know, protest for me. No! The last time that people protested for you, that ended really fucking shitty. There's still people in fucking jail over that shit. So no, and the reason being is because not only were there probably provocateurs there that have been proven, there was a bunch of just people that had no idea or any reason of being there, just fucking in the moment and just being human beings. Right? That's the problem with human beings, I think, sometimes, is that we get hyped. We see other people doing stuff, then we start doing stuff with them, and then before we know it, we don't know where the fucking thing went from. And I think that the Dutch people have shown us the way, right? They're like, okay, so yes, you can do big protests and big demonstrations that don't get violent and get your point across to the greater association of people. That's good. You can protest for Trump, but don't protest for Trump until Trump gets arrested. And even if Trump gets arrested, don't go to fucking courthouses and shit. Don't go to the places that they've already put down and locked down because they're already ready to corral you into a kill zone and arrest you. Don't do that shit. Be smarter than that. Like, that's all I'm asking. Like, you're smart people. You're some of the most rich people out there. Use those brains and do it better. Start getting more people into coalitions. Get away from guys like Michael Flynn and some of these other fucking shitbag influencers that just keep telling you everything that you want to hear, even though they're not actually doing anything. Follow the people that actually go to the Republican conventions, that actually become delegates, that actually rewrite the entire Republican Party's like mission statement for Nevada and shit like that. Get behind people like that, because it's all about voting. If we don't have people that are willing to work the extra hours to get no sleep, to go forward and fight this machine, we are going to lose. It's not enough to just meet weekly and monthly anymore, okay? Sometimes there's got to be a daily presence on this social media thing that we're all using, whether it's Telegram, Discord, whatever. People need to come together and start helping each other out. Don't be creating Twitter fucking DM rooms and sharing your links in there to get people to share it out. They don't like that shit anymore. Do it in Discord, because they can't track it if it's from Discord, right? Don't be dumb. Like, that's the thing. Don't be dumb. Be smart about it. Follow what the Dutch people did. They protested, sure, and then they realized that they needed to start actually taking over the government, and then they did. That's exactly what the Democrats have been doing for the last 10, 20 years, guys. Ever since Bill Clinton was in office, we've seen the machinations of this moving forward. And even when Trump was in office, we saw how their entire opposition party came together in unison to basically psyop the entire world about some nonsense. And sure, it didn't affect us, but it was never supposed to affect us. It was supposed to affect the other people out there in the world. And right now we're at a very, very, very great time. Because Joe Biden is such a fuck up, because there's so much corruption associated to him, right? There's so much association to him. That's why you have to look at him and say, hey, this could be a thing, but we have to do it the right way. You can't just change things anymore by not having the right people in the right places. That's just not how it works. And you can't do it by yourself, you know? I went and was a delegate. I went and actually tried to like understand these people and help them in it the best ways that I possibly could, giving them all of my resources. And even then, they still look at me as an individual that they were highly afraid of, because they don't understand, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing or what I'm doing here. But the thing is that you shouldn't be following folks that aren't able to give you every single little bit of information that you ask for. And that's really just it. I mean, look at what these guys are doing and then see how we should be doing that shit. Because once we start doing it, it will change things, right? It will change things. Like, we have the House, right? Rotten to the core, Matt Gaetz, House Republicans introduced legislation rejecting the FBI's new headquarters. And this is going to be the game that we're going to start seeing being played in the government aspect. Sure, we have the House. We can put up all these great things, but are they going to make it through the Senate? Sure, they might be able to, but then what's going to happen? Joe Biden's going to veto them. So it's up to the House Republicans right now that are in control to put up every good thing that we ever wanted and have Joe Biden veto it or do some bullshit on it just so that we can show the people that, yes, we tried to do work, but we got blocked at every turn. But hey, if we can get it back this next round, maybe things will be different. We ain't the uniparty. Yeah. We ain't the uniparty. We ain't the people that are the ones that are threatening everyone with guns and shit. No. We're just regular, everyday people. That's it. We're just regular, everyday people that want to have a better society, a better world, a better everything. And that's just the end of the day, my friends. End of the day. End of the day information that you have to take into it and realize that, sure, we're going to have people fighting, but we need more Matt Gaetzes. We need more Marjorie Taylor Greens. We need new people inside the government that are outsiders to help attack, because the only way to truly drain the swamp is to get them out of office first and then get them exposed in the light, right? That's really all we can do. If these people are in power, if they're still in the House, if they're still senators, governors, whatever, they're still going to have power that's going to allow them to continue and probably get away from you. But if you can get them out of office, they become a lot easier to manipulate. They become a lot easier to basically expose. And that's really what it's all about, is exposing these people. Exposing them, because they're not the smart people, right? I mean, banks are supposed to be super smart, right? But guess what? JP Morgan Chase thought it had $1.3 billion worth of nickels stored in its warehouse, and in a closer examination, it revealed all the bags were stones. Because, yeah, they bought them thinking that they were nickel, and yeah, they revealed that the bags actually contained stones. Somebody basically ripped off JP Morgan Chase of a bunch of money. Yep. In a surprising mix-up last week at a warehouse in a Dutch port city of Rotterdam, an operator for a warehouse weighed bags that he thought contained 54 metric tons of nickel, only to find that they were filled with stones. It appears JP Morgan Chase is the unlucky owner of one of those bags. If had they contained nickel, it would have been worth $1.3 million at current prices, representing 0.14% of nickel inventories, which means that the mix-up has a relatively minor impact on the metal markets, but it does call security of LME's contracts into question. An industry riddled with scandals, and the LME contracts were viewed as unquestionably safe. Yet, out of nowhere, that unquestionably safe thing ended up turning into being a gigantic pile of rocks. Ah, yes. Yeah, man, we got ourselves like 54 tons of, this is 54 tons of nickel right here, all right? This is 54 tons of nickel. Don't open the bags. Don't open the bag. See here, right here, I'm going to give you some nickel right here. See, this is the nickel that's in the bags right here. But don't open the bags. Just put them in your boxes. Go, thanks for the money. See you later. Thanks a lot. Man, I would love to be the guy that sold a bunch of fucking rocks to somebody for a fucking bunch of money. I just sold somebody $20,000 worth of rocks for $1.3 million. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. Hell yeah, motherfucker. So, I heard that there was actually another earthquake that happened today, my friends. For breaking news, they were saying that something happened in Pakistan. An earthquake in Pakistan? Did you guys hear about this? Earthquakes in Pakistan. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that kind of by where all those other volcanoes are and where that big crack is? Because, I mean, Pakistan's up there, but then, yeah, never mind. Doesn't matter. But yes, affected countries: Turkmenistan, India, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, China, Afghanistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Oh, great. 7.7 in Pakistan. Let's see. Pakistan earthquake. Let's just look that up a little quick. At least 5 dead after earthquake strikes Afghanistan and Pakistan. Oh, wow. That's not good. 6.5 magnitude earthquake 40 kilometers southeast of the town of Germ was 187 kilometers deep, in the United States Geological Survey reported. The quake killed at least 2 people in Afghanistan's northeastern Lagham province, where at least 8 more people were injured, according to Shufala Ramini, spokesperson for the Ministry of Disaster Management. Yeah. Hella crazy. Yeah, dude. Hella crazy. Dude, what? Defango 24, VP Mersh. Dude, VP, you want me to make Mersh a fucking vice president, dog? Mersh would be the Joe Biden of vice presidents. Do you really want that, dude? That would be corruption and just nastiness. Nastiness. Huh. What the hell? The FBI raided a notable journalist's home. Rolling Stones didn't tell the readers why. What? The story contains references of disturbing accidents and accusations and incidents of child sexual abuse. Rolling Stone served up a foreboding scoop. The FBI has raided the home of a renowned journalist at the top of his game months earlier. He had disappeared from public view. It should have been a coup. Instead, acrimony inside the newsroom over how that scoop was edited led to accusations that the magazine's brash leader pulled punches in overseeing the coverage of someone he knew. The reporters who report the story, enraged, accepted a position at the sister publication 2 months later, and her complaints prompted a senior attorney for the magazine's parent company to review what happened. Interesting. FBI raids on journalists are rare. News organizations only respond to formal protests and legal challenges. Under the 2021 Justice Department policies, raids, subpoenas, and other compulsory means of obtaining materials from reporters are bound for investigations of matters related to their journalism. The policy became the basis for the significant shift in stance of the Justice Department toward the press. The Rolling Stone created a stir. Reporter Tatiana Siegel stated that April 22nd raid was possibly the first carried out by the Biden administration on a journalist. In this case, the journalist was ABC News national security reporter James Gordon Meek, a former investigator of the U.S. House Homeland Security Committee. Meek had been with ABC News since 2013. He was also a producer of 3212 Unredacted, an investigation documentary that streamed on Hulu. As publishing the Rolling Stone's first article, the first 2 paragraphs lionize Meek's record and swashbuckling styles. Meek appears to be on the wrong side of the national security apparatus, it stated. As the story of Siegel's sources told, the federal agents had found classified information on Meek's laptop during the raid. Siegel reported that Meek left his job at the ABC after the raid. Publishing contract with Simon & Schuster evaporated. As editing by Rolling Stone's editor-in-chief Noah Shatman, however, the article omitted a key fact that Siegel initially intended to include. Siegel had learned from her sources that Meek had been raided as part of a federal investigation into images of child sex abuse, something not publicly revealed until last month. Why did Rolling Stone suggest Meek was targeted for his coverage of national security rather than something unrelated to his journalism? Neither Siegel or Shatman would comment for the story, and this article is based on the review of some contemporaneous communications, also interviews with 10 people with knowledge of the incidents described here, including several individuals at Rolling Stone, as well as people at ABC and federal law enforcement agencies. Each asked not to be named because they were not authorized to disclose these matters. Disbelief over the accusations against a journalist. So we have a journalist that was a kitty diddler. That kind of sounds bad. Oops. That does it. The raid at Meek's apartment occurred in April, but not become public knowledge until September. Siegel learned the details from the raid from Meek's neighbors, and she felt the story was languishing. At a meeting later that month, Schlattman asked her what she was working on, and she reminded him. Next week, Schlattman stepped in to edit Siegel's story. It was rare for him to do so with their work. As a longtime national security reporter himself, Schlattman has periodically expressed to his colleagues at various outlets his skepticism of the veracity of government sources. While Siegel detailed the seriousness of the allegations against Meek, Schlattman warned her against turning in a story that included the words child pornography in it. According to two people with knowledge, Mark S. Zaid, a Washington attorney who often handles national security matters representing government whistleblowers, called Schlattman on Meek's behalf while Siegel was preparing her story. Zaid said previously represented the Daily Beast on the Freedom of Information Act cases while Schlattman was the editor of the site. Zaid confirms that he called Schlattman, and he tells NPR that Meek was a longtime friend and on the Freedom of Information issues. Zaid said he was representing Meek on any possible prosecution or investigation of his potential possession of classified material. Accounts given by the associates, colleagues, and friends of the two key figures, Siegel and Schlattman, diverge here. According to what Siegel told others, Schlattman and she agreed that the article would reflect that the FBI's interest stemmed from the concerns of possible criminal behavior outside the scope of Meek works. That is, it had nothing to do with national security or journalism. Schlattman later told others he did not believe that she nailed down her sourcing adequately. Rolling Stone's parent company Penske Media notes that the authority to make such choices for Rolling Stone's coverage lies with Schlattman. It was true in this case, as reflected in the final edits of the story, the company said in a statement to NPR. Some material was added late in the process, other material was dropped. Oh, damn. National security reporter that was getting caught up for having child pornography. I remember saying something about this too on the stream itself. We actually reported on it when it was first told to people, and now it's coming back up, and the guy actually has charges from the Justice Department, arrested for transporting images of child sexual abuse material, a Virginia man. According to documents, an investigation into James Gordon Meek, 53 of Arlington, was initiated from an investigated lead sent by Dropbox and ultimately received by the FBI Washington Field Office Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force. The lead ultimately led to a court-authorized search of Meek's residence in April of 2022 by members of the task force, where law enforcement seized multiple devices that allegedly contained evidence of the transportation of images of child sexual abuse. According to court documents, several of Meek's devices allegedly contained images depicting children engaged in sexually explicit conduct. In multiple chat conversations with users engaged in sexually explicit conversations where the participants expressed enthusiasm for the sexual abuse of children. In two of those conversations, a username allegedly associated with Meek received and distributed child sexual abuse materials through an internet-based messaging platform. Meek is charged with the transportation of child pornography, and if convicted, he faces a mandatory minimum of 5 years in prison and a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. Oh, so the dude's a sicko. It's a sicko. The dude's a sicko. Assistant Attorney General Kenneth A. Polite Jr. of the Justice Department's Criminal Division, U.S. Attorney Jessica D. Aber of the Eastern District of Virginia, and Special Agent in Charge Wayne A. Jacobs of the FBI Washington Field Office's Criminal and Cyber Division made the announcement. Wow. This case was investigated significantly by the FBI Washington Field Office Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force with significant assistance from the Arlington County Police Department. The task force is comprised of FBI agents along with federal agents and other detectives from Northern Virginia and the District of Columbia. The task force is charged with investigating and bringing federal charges against individuals engaged with the exploitation of children and those who engaged in human trafficking. Well now. Yeah, why did Rolling Stone and those guys cover up for their buddy and try to say that the Biden administration was arresting journalists when they knew that he was actually getting arrested on some other charges that had to do with the whole CSAM abuse type situation? Interesting. And Trump set that up, didn't he? Yeah, he did. And now it's actually working. So, I guess that is some pretty good questions to know or to note. Now, in some other news, Soros-owned DA Kim Gardner found guilty on 141 accounts. What the fuck? St. Louis DA Kim Gardner is in a world of hurt after she lost her appeal for refusing to turn over her communications with operatives of George Soros and other of her persecution of former Governor Eric Gettens. A court has already found that she committed 62 acts of misconduct and 79 cases of misrepresentation in convicting Gettens of crimes he did not commit. He was later cleared of it, and the extremely popular Gettens is now running for U.S. Senate from Missouri. Gardner has been a disaster for St. Louis. Last year, there were more murders in St. Louis than at any time in the last 50 years. Gardner has also refused to prosecute so many murders that Missouri legislature had to pass a law limiting the time that she had to file murder charges to 90 days. After that, the state attorney general takes over the case. Gardner refused to prosecute cases of drug dealers and child molesters even when there was enough evidence to make them an open shut case, and her excuse was that the police are racist and she refused to take cases from over 20 policemen at all. Wow. A Missouri Court of Appeals unanimously ruled against her, and she will have to face disciplinary charges on her corrupt practices and pay a $5,000 fine. Wow. Damn, another Soros ODA. So is this going to be like the future for DA Alan Bragg? Because that's what I think the future for Alan Bragg is going to be. They're going to start looking into him for misconduct and stuff, and then he's going to get thrown to jail. It's going to take a few years. It doesn't happen overnight, but now you can kind of see where all of this stuff really goes, right? Where it all really goes. And then I guess at the end of the day, there's really not much else for us to say or do other than say, damn, son. Damn, son. I guess that's it. Yep. So, what do you think, guys? Do you think the birthday stream came out all right? I appreciate it. I think we went through and explained some really nice things. We'll definitely probably be back a little bit later. There's a new Star Citizen update that just came out, and I definitely want to play it for my birthday since it is my birthday. I want to thank everybody that dropped some generous donations to help keep me being able to pay rent to good old CV, because she's the best person in my life. So thanks, CV. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. I appreciate the wonderful gifts that you've given me, and I hope that you're having a great, wonderful day yourself. Just happy birthday to the rest of you guys out there as well. Even though it's not your birthday, it's my birthday. I'm just saying, I hope you have a happy day. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys join us for playing some Star Citizen. I'm trying to get myself in there, and there was just a new patch. I just finished downloading it, and I want to get into it. So, 37-year-old me is going to be signing out. But hey, if you guys still want to support, hang out, and just enjoy, check us out over there on the other channel. Either way, much love to you guys, and thanks for joining us today, okay? See you later. Have a good one. Adios. And I gotta go do some stretching because my shit is hurting again. Bye-bye now.